Hello my dear students, how are you doing today? I hope you're doing well. Today we're talking to third graders and anyone wants to learn about a very important tense in English is called perfect present tense or present perfect tense, whatever you want to call it. Before we start ahead with the formation and negative and interrogation and questions, I want you to check out these examples first. Let's read together. I have finished the report. We have opened all of the windows. She has lived in Germany for 10 years. He has called his mother twice today. I have been very busy this week. We have done our homework. She has spoken to a large audience many times. Rob Woodward has taught English since 1997. Perfect. So, as you notice here, that in every sentence we have either have or has, and then after that we have the past participle. We have the past participle: finished, open, lived, called, been, done, spoken, taught. How to form this tense is pretty much by using have or has as an auxiliary verb اللي هو فعل مساعد, and then after that past participle اللي هو التصريف التالت. And we will learn more about the past participle in a minute. Okay, here's a question. When do I use have and when do I use has? That's a very good question. I use have if the subject اللي هو الفاعل, if it was I, you, we, they, or plural noun. And I mean by plural noun اسم جمع. اسم جمع زي مثلا bird. As if the subject was he, she, it, they take had. Or if the subject is singular noun. Singular noun, like for example, Paul, that's someone's name, or Adam. So in this case, I use had. What about, or what's the story behind the past participle? طب ايه القصة بتاعت past participle دي اللي هو التصريف التالت? In fact, guys, in English, every verb has three different forms. We have something called infinitive اللي هو التصريف الأول اللي هو المصدر. Then we have the simple past أو الماضي البسيط التصريف الثاني. And then we have the past participle التصريف الثالث. Using this tense. For example, I have or has. Excellent, I have. I'm going to use the verb to know. Know يعني يعرف. التصريف الثاني بتاعه knew عارفة. التصريف الثالث بتاعه known. يبقى the past participle, this is what I'm gonna work with. This is the one I'm gonna choose right now. So I have known him for many years. I have known him for many years. So this is how to form it. I hope it's easy. Before we move on to the negative part, I'm gonna give you a quick quiz here. They, you choose have or has cooked dinner. So which one? Do I say they have cooked dinner or they has cooked dinner? Perfect. They have cooked dinner. Why? Because of they. The subject here is plural, they. Now let's move on to the negative part. In English, guys, I negate any sentence using a word of three letters, which is not. I use not to negate any sentence. But here is the question. Where exactly do I use not? In fact, you put not right after the auxiliary verb or helping verb. Helping verb اللي هو الفعل المساعد. So the auxiliary verb here is either have or has, right? In this case, I'm just gonna put not right here. So to negate this sentence, guys, أو عشان أنفي الجملة دي هقول I have not finished. I have not finished the report. Have not also has something called contraction form اللي هي صيغة الاختصار بتبقى كده وبتتنطق haven't. I haven't finished the report yet. Alright, let's move on into have. And as we know, has, I'm gonna put not right here. Not. So to negate this sentence right here, so she hasn't. So she has not lived وكمل الجملة عادي. طيب برضو نفس الكلام, same story guys. Have not here. I'm gonna do the same contraction form for hasn't. It's gonna be hasn't. She hasn't lived in Germany for 10 years. She hasn't lived in Germany for 10 years. Perfect. Alright, let's move on to a very important part, which is how to form yes no question. If you want to form yes no question in English, لو تعرف تعمل سؤال yes no question, افهم الأول or try to understand what is a yes no question. Yes no question, guys, if I have the answer or if I'm looking for a quick answer. يعني إجابة سريعة. أنا عايز يا يا لا. It's either yeah or either no. So to form a question, a yes/no question here, I start with either one of two things in English. It's either auxiliary verb or helping verb or modal verb اللي هو الأفعال الناصبة. طيب in this case here, do we have a helping verb? Yes, which is have or had, right? Those are my helping verbs. So what I'm gonna do here, guys, I'm just gonna take the helping verbs and I'm gonna just put them at the beginning. وهبدأ بيهم في الأول عشان السؤال يبقى have I finished the report? There you go. So I have finished the report. Do I say she have or she has? Perfect. She has finished the report. So what I'm gonna do here, I'm gonna actually take have and put it right up front. وهحطها في الأول. كذلك الأمر هاخد has and put it right up front. So the question هنا يبقى have you or have I. الاثنين have you. بس لو أنا بسأل اللي قدامي بقول له have you finished the report yet? Has she finished the report yet? So this is how you form yes/no question. Have in the beginning and has in the beginning. Okay, how to answer these questions? Well, as we agreed together, this is the yes/no question. So if you have finished the report, you say yes, I have. لاحظ في ال yes/no questions helping verb اللي ببدأ بيه بنهي. طيب افرض الإجابة no بتبقى no I haven't. ما تنساش تعمل negation ل have يبقى no I haven't. طيب جاوب لي انت بقى على السؤال التاني. Has she finished the report? Perfect. يبقى yes she has or no she hasn't. Excellent. There you go. So now we know how to form yes/no question. All right. What about WH question? And what's the difference between WH questions and yes/no questions? ايه الفرق ما بين WH question and the yes/no question? WH question, guys, we are looking for more details. يعني احنا عايزين تفاصيل أكتر. Okay. So this is how we form WH question. Have you finished the report? الفورمولا دي هي اللي أنا هستخدمها زي ما هي كده. أنا هبدأ بس بالquestion word هنا. Alright. So why did they call it WH question? Exactly because they always start with WH question words such as what, where, when, and so on. For example, if I want to ask about time, I'm gonna use when. So when. Then after that, I have to put the auxiliary verb. In this case, it's gonna be either have or has. It all depends on the subject. على حسب الفعل اللي عندي. So when have you التصريف التالت بيفضل زي ما هو ما بغيرش فيه حاجة. When have you finished the report? When has she finished the report? ما تنساش أنا بختار helping verb have or has على حسب الفاعل اللي عندي. Okay, so when have you أنا حطيت هنا have علشان الفعل اللي عندي هنا you واخترت هنا has علشان الفعل اللي عندي هنا she. Alright, are we clear up to this point? Perfect. Let me give you a quick quiz here. Has or have we ridden a camel before? So which one I'm gonna choose? Have or has? Yeah, exactly. You're gonna look at the subject first. It's we, so I'm gonna be working with have. So have we. Alright, so I'm gonna change the subject here and I'm gonna put she. Excellent. So in this case, I'm gonna choose has because of she. Very good. Excellent work. Here is the most important question. Well, thank you very much, Mr. Abdurrahman, for teaching us how to form the present perfect tense. When do I use it actually? I use the present perfect tense for many things. Unfinished actions. يعني ايه unfinished actions؟ يعني أحداث لسه ما خلصتش. ويعني ايه لسه ما خلصتش؟ أنا هفهمك دلوقتي. والحاجة التانية recent activities حاجات لسه عاملها من وقت قريب life experience اللي هي الخبرة الحياتية يعني حاجة عملتها أو ما عملتهاش قبل كده في حياتك. تعال نبص على examples. I have lost my keys. I have lost my keys يعني أنا فقدت المفاتيح بتاعتي ضيعتها يعني. This action is unfinished. يعني إيه unfinished؟ يعني المفاتيح لسه ضايعة مني أنا ما لقيتهاش. She has lived in Paris for 10 years. This is also unfinished actions. يعني إيه unfinished actions؟ يعني she still live there يعني هي لسه موجودة هناك في باريس. افرض بقى أنا رحت واخد نفس الجملة دي ورحت قايل she lived in Paris for 10 years. That's a different story here. هنا ال present perfect tense has left اتحول عندي ل just lived اللي هو simple past tense الماضي البسيط. ده هنا بقى simple past tense. This is finished actions. يعني finished. This is finished action. يعني ايه finished action؟ يعني هي عاشت في باريس 10 سنين قبل كده وخلاص خلصت. Like she is not in Paris anymore. يعني هي مش في باريس دلوقتي. وده الفرق ما بين ال present perfect tense and the simple past tense. Unfinished actions, finished actions. Okay? Perfect. So let's move on to number 2, which is recent activities. recent activities حاجة لسه عاملها من شوية، لسه مخلصها حالا. وهنا أنا بستخدم magical word just. just يعني للتو، يعني حاجة لسه حاصلة. بص كده الإكزامبل ده. I have or has. Good. I have just finished my homework. I have just finished homework. يعني أنا لسه حالا مخلص الهومورك بتاعي. لو لسه واصل البيت بقول، أو لسه مثلا بابا واصل البيت فأنا بقول she إيه بابا يزعل، يبقى he have or has. Excellent. He has just arrived. He has just arrived. He has just arrived. Look at the location of the word just. It comes right after have or has. Okay? Perfect. So this as for the recent activities. Perfect. What about function number 3? Life experience. And life experience here, I'm gonna use 2 words. Ever and never. Never comes in the negative and ever comes in question and affirmative. Let's look at these examples. Have you ever visited Paris? Have you ever visited Paris? هنا أنا بسألك على حاجة أنت هل عملتها in your lifetime، اللي هو في حياتك، اللي هو هل عمرك أنت زرت باريس؟ Have you ever visited Paris؟ طب لما تيجي تجاوب على السؤال ده بالنفي هتيجي تقول مثلا No, I have never been or visited Paris. يعني لا أنا عمري ما رحت باريس. Let's look at another example. This movie is the best I have ever seen. I have ever seen. بص هنا ever غيرت المعنى ازاي، يعني ده أفضل فيلم أنا شفته في حياتي. I have ever seen. Using never, I have never watched a better movie. I have never watched a better movie. يعني أنا عمري ما اتفرجت على فيلم أحسن من كده. This is what we call in English life experience أو تجربة حياتية. Let's look at some irregular verb. زي ما قلنا قبل كده إن ال verbs عندي في الإنجليش نوعين، regular and irregular. regular verbs لما أجي أحطهم في الماضي بيقبلوا D ED IED عادي جدا. زي ايه مثال كده؟ زي مثلا watch الماضي والتصريف الثالث بيبقى watched، ده اسمه regular verb. طب بالنسبة للirregular verbs الأفعال غير منتظمة، الأفعال غير منتظمة زي ما انت شايف في التيبل اللي قدامك ده، التصريف الثاني فيها بيختلف عن التصريف الأول، وفي احتمالية إن التصريف الثالث يا يكون زيه يا إما يكون مختلف عنه. إزاي الكلام ده؟ يعني مثلا look at the verb bring يعني يحضر. التصريف الثاني brought، التصريف الثالث برضو brought. choose ده الانفينيتيف، الماضي بتاعه اسمه chose والتصريف الثالث اسمه chosen. يبقى التصريف الثالث اختلف عن الثاني واختلف عن الأولاني. how to memorize these، إزاي إن أنا أتذكر أو أحفظ الجدول ده. In fact, there is not a specific rule out there for them, so you have got to memorize them. And the best way to do that is to sing them or put them in a song. For example, become, became, become, begin, began, begun, bring, brought, brought, buy, bought, bought, choose, chose, chosen, come, came, come. Let's look at a quick quiz here, guys. For the past participle, I want you to use have or has plus past participle. So that was all about the present perfect tense, guys. I hope I've made it really simple to understand. And if you got any questions, please let me know down in the comment section below. Thanks very much for watching, and I'll see you next class, inshallah.